So you've been involved in different solutions to fight COVID, and I'm sure you have a lot of thoughts and experiences you have to share. So today we have 4 experts that will share their insights, and we can comment many things. I have some questions prepared for you. So first we will have Tom Salfield, Wikifactory CEO. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Wikifactory?
Yeah, thanks, Augustine. Yeah, it's wonderful to hear about all of the solutions that people are presenting today. Amazing projects, and very much aware that there's a wider community that's listening, that's and involved, creating so many more projects, and it is truly amazing the response we've seen from the maker community. And hardware innovation in general to respond to COVID. And thanks to everyone for being here. Thanks to the Wikifactory team for hosting this virtual roundtable. Wikifactory is a social platform for collaborative product development, as many of you are probably already aware. We're working on the idea of an internet of production, have been for many years. That's the idea that that we can build a sort of distributed, interoperable, open standards-based system, linking together the ideas of product definition, like product definitions with software services, and manufacturing as a service. Fundamentally, it's the idea that we can make those same technologies that are evolving in terms of automated, smart manufacturing available to everyone, to empower the creative potential of people and of these communities to deliver innovation at scale. We launched Wikifactory platform about 18 months ago as a platform for engineers and makers and innovators to design, collaborate, and prototype together. It's kind of aiming to be something like a GitHub for hardware. Currently has features like a 3D viewer. We can view 30 different CAD formats in that. It's gradually turning into something of more of an editor and a collaborative 3D system. Have version control systems, as ability to embed files and have feedback through issue tracking. So very much a collaboration system for hardware products. The next phase of what we're doing is all about building a marketplace, and specifically a marketplace for distributed fabrication. I think that that distributed production, the process of distributed production is always been important from the perspective of resilience, but in this time of crisis, it's becoming obvious as supply chains are falling apart, that we really need to move to a model of distributed production. And moreover, as open innovation has the potential to make much cheaper products available around the world in that context. So that's me. That's what we're working on, I guess, more broadly. My background is in technology, and I've always been interested in software for product development, as well as the hardware aspect of that. I'm more of a software guy in terms of my background.
Well, Tom, what you've done with the other co-founders is just amazing, and I'm really proud to be part of Wikifactory. But I have one question for you. So you've decided the global open hardware community needed a dedicated platform, and that's the reason why we built Viral Response. So what do you think in this context are the barriers to scale global product development through the open source community? So what do you think about this?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we're seeing breakdown of supply chains and a huge amount of innovation in response to that. People designing masks, visors, medical gowns, all these PPE related products, as well as medical devices, including ventilators and CPAP type devices, We're even seeing people starting to work on diagnostic solutions and PCR machines, which is incredible when you consider the amount of technology that's involved in that. I think, like in terms of barriers, it's quite obvious in a sense that auditing and accreditation are going to be a bigger and bigger problem. When we've been, in the last months, I guess a lot of people have been doing donating medical PPE, which changes some of the regulatory aspects. Once it's going to go into shops, as shops reopen, we're going to see, at least in certain countries, problems with accreditation, and we need to have some kind of approach to that on a global basis, so that it's possible to really deal with with the regulatory environment. The other thing which I feel is still not really solved is the matching of local demand with productive capacity. So of course there are many local efforts to try and deal with that, but I think a lot of these a lot of the distribution is still going via personal relationships and probably could be made a lot more efficient, and we're trying to work on solutions to that at Wikifactory. And then I think resourcing of open hardware projects is also a huge issue. It's amazing actually the degree to which all you people have managed to produce ventilators which are considered extremely high-tech devices without significant budgets. And what we need now is to move beyond that, and many other medical devices that are actually needed in this context, some of which we don't even know still which they're going to be. For example, the amount of dialysis machines that's required as a result of this crisis has recently become clear that it's much more, because actually it's a disease that affects the kidneys significantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, go on.
No, I completely agree. Here we have some experts that will probably have some answers to the current issues we are facing and we are going to face.